So the reason why I'm a little bit hesitant on a long bias right now, or like I am loose long bias. Like I'm definitely long bias of what I want to see right now, but because we've had a 4 hour change, and this is just something to kind of chew on. It's again, FOMC I think is going to give us the direction in which we are seeking if we do want to start selling off or we want to just pump towards highs. But we've come back down and taken this internal high, so we've sold all the way back off. We've generated equal lows. We've came all the way back up, took the internal low, respected constant encroachment of the wick. Now kind of displaced back down. We're trying to hold this, but I could easily see this 4 hour fall through and start to go lower. If we zoom into the 15-minute, we do have an internal buy model. So these relative equal lows have been taken. We have had a 15-minute change in the state, so this is where my bullish bias is starting to come into. We've just came back down, taken data lows from 8:30. Now getting displacement back up. Like a possible long in the morning here does not look bad, but the thing is I'd much rather want to stay patient going into open before FOMC and just see what we want to do. I definitely think this can play out. I don't think this is bad at all. I'd want to see us possibly rebalance again. Just from what the model is showing me, this is kind of what I would want to see. 15-minute change. We've came back down. We've swept the internal low. Look to get bought up towards the buy side. I do want to take a look at ES here as well. Looks like ES also has a lot of low resistance liquidity here. Actually, I put it at the Asia session high. We have this imbalance that form too. Yeah, I definitely want to see a move towards buy side at open here. But gonna stay patient. Let the market do its thing. I have this drawn on my chart just because this is an idea. I definitely think, like, again, keep in mind, I do think this is a good setup. But there is no SMT and it's day before FOMC and market's about to open. We have come down, again, bigger time frame. Lows taking, changing the state, displacement, come back down, swept the internal low. I definitely think this looks good, but I'm just going to go ahead and watch here going into, there's an SMT. Sir, where? All right, market open. Pumping up. Again, playing out really nicely. Again, I don't care to see this move and be like, oh my gosh, I should have taken longs. Let the market open, do its thing. Plenty of opportunity. Just letting the market do its thing. But expect this to go pretty fast. I'd want to see us close above these 50-minute highs, but this candle probably can easily expand there in the first couple minutes. I do like where we are right now. Again, right now, still just watching. Definitely think the draw is higher. We should go reach until to Asia highs. I want to see this 1 minute fair value gap hold. Again, if we have just internal high getting taken and we're just whipping back and forth and just still watching too. But after this low getting taken, I want to see this protected and see this 1 minute fair value gap hold bullish. Yeah, we can get some jazz on. We can get some jazz on. Don't you worry. Why is this? That's playing on my headphones. Let me put. So I have my evals pulled up here on the side too. So this is currently where they're sitting at. If I do take any trade today, it'll be on my evals, not on my live account. One minute's holding nicely. Again, I don't want to see us get bought up out of this. We're pretty much at midnight open. Best trade here for me to take if I was going to take a long is if we have some sort of internal sweep. Oh, that's not. I connect a paper trade account so I can measure risk. I'm thinking we come down, sweep this internal low. If we lack displacement on this first candle wick and we immediately sweep it and then reverse back higher, then we should shoot size. I'd want to see. I'd want to see us go to Asia highs. Now it looks like we actually already taken it on ES, so we'll see if NQ wants to. Okay, so low got taken. Action is And this 5-minute 2 looks good. I'd want to see us start to display stuff this low. We can get above that 30-second. I'm gonna buy. Take along on the evals. Like ES might be the stronger asset. I'm gonna go take a long here. Stop's gonna be at 055. My stop's gonna be the low right here at 055. I'm gonna be targeting Asia. So 055. 5 minutes been ran through. Bigger time frame change in the state. Looks beautiful. I really like the way this looks. I'd want to see us start to expand here. Low got taken, change in the state, came back down, turtle soup. Before market opens, turtle soup, internal change in the state, internal high gets taken. That's why I don't expect this buy side level to sweep and then sell back off. We swept, rebalanced, internal turtle soup, 5-minute fair value gap on the inverse is still holding, 1 minute is still holding. Low gets taken, stopped out early, long traders, internal change in the state, good risk. Yeah, I think this is great. I think this is fine. Yeah, it looks like ES also took the stop low too. Or put an equal. Right now, just trading this on the evals. It is day before FOMC. I don't want to take a lot of trades, so I do like this. This plays out. Selling back down. Oh, stopped out pretty quick there. And I just want to see what we want to do from now. Just watching. We're coming all the way back down again. Day before FOMC. This is why we don't put on real size on a day like this. We might just whip back and forth here, but we'll still sit and watch again. Like I said, today is a day where our goal is not to chip away at capital, so trading on evals. Honestly, this setup was totally fine though. I really like that. Again, if we just kind of want to whip, we'll see if we want to sell through. Trump, I have not reached out to Iran for peace. Thanks, Donald. Donald fucked our longs. Damn, that might be like the second time ever in my entire trading career where an actual tweet like during an actual live trade actually affected my trade. Mm-hmm. Guys, I can't stress this enough that I also want to say, do not come to the like, I'm saying this to make sure that you guys stay safe. If I take a trade, do not just see Justin take a trade and like all in your portfolio, because you're gonna see this and be like, Justin, I just lost, but then it doesn't have any effect on me if I lose. So it's like you got to make sure the conviction and the risk that you are putting on is not just like I'm treating Justin as an ATM, because if you treat me as an ATM, you're gonna blow up because I'll take a loss that doesn't affect me. You're gonna take a loss that blows your account. So understand why I'm taking a trade, assess your own risk and your own conviction, and do what you will. My job is to just guide you through, let the market play out, walk you guys how I view the market. I think that was a great trade. Trump ended up tweeting. Again, traded on eval. Right now, just sitting here, just still watching. Day before FOMC. We do not want to get paper cuts. Right now, just watching. So for the bias, now that this kind of move comes in, right, I would want to have seen this already move to buy side. Now we could come back down again if the market just wants to play games because it's the day before FOMC and we're just going to kind of whip around like as expected. We could come back down and take this internal low and then work our way back higher, but we've also taken this internal high and now sold back. So again, bigger time frame, there is a possibility that we could reverse lower and rebalance back to equilibrium with this entire price range. We do have an SMT now with these lows. So in my opinion, this is kind of where we'll probably go now because nothing is invalidated on ES. And now we just put in a internal SMT and these equal lows were taken. So if anything, I would say the long would be now on ES. Came back down to the 5-minute fair value gap. Internal SMT. I don't want to start to see this get bought up on ES. Well, I really want to take a long on ES and re-enter this. See if that holds. News at 10 won't do anything. I'm going to take a long on ES. Again, eval stabs. Stop's going to be at the SMT low, so 6060. This will probably be my last trade of the morning. Since it's FOMC and we're trading on evals, there's kind of I don't want to sit on and just kind of take much trades. Normally, if I take 2 trades in the morning like this will kind of be my only stabs. Keep in mind, I'm not risking any capital. Stops at 660. It stops, we hop off. There's no emotional attachment, and we end the stream and we are donezo. This plays out, we also end the stream and we're donezo. Wait, did I buy the wrong contract code? What's the contract code for ES right now? M? Why are these? ESU? Oh, shit. If we come down, I'll just market order it then. Again, I still think this model looks great. We've run through the 5-minute. Acting as an inverse. Now came back down. NQ had internal manipulation, bullish SMT. $30-second change. Gonna move stop to 62. Really need to see the 5-minute close above that down close, this down close candle. That candle opens, and we still got time though. Minutes. We don't close above that. We do have an internal SMT. Internal buy side's been taken, but again, if the draw is higher, like I said too, if it's FOMC though, we could whip around, but this model should play out. But since it's FOMC, day before FOMC, we could just take this internal low and then back down. Take a gander. Bigger time frame model looks good. Growing liquidity, relative equal highs. 15-minute change in the state. 15-minute fair value gap holds bullish. Market opens. We come back down. Turtle soup. Internal buy side. Again, I wanted you guys to understand why I'm in this trade, right? All this generated bias in the overnight session. We continue to sell off. Internal low gets taken. Change in the state. 15-minute bullish fair value gap comes back in the morning. Holds. Sweeps internal low. Gets bought up. 5-minute gets ran through. Should see a continuation towards. Unless market wants to play. You have this estimate now too. Five-minute did not close above that down close candle. Need to get back above it. This looks like we want to blast off. But again, looks can be deceiving on a day before FOMC, so that's why I'm like, want to keep you guys in mind. Like, don't let a trade like this ruin like your conviction, because you have to understand conditions. Again, this will be my last trade of the morning here, depending on, or not depending, but either way how this plays out. We on a little long or what? That's what I'm saying. Runner? Not on my evals, no. I won't leave a runner on my evals, because then I don't want to incur drawdown. I want to get it to a peak, either pass it. I mean, shit, I could add to this right now and just try to pass it on this trade, because this looks good. That's how I like playing evals. That's not what I recommend, but like, I would just add more size and let the market do its thing. Sitting and waiting. Seven six is my main P2. Which, again, I'm on the wrong contract code, just sucks, so I'll just market order. NQ takes internal buy side. This down close candle should protect this. 5-minute down close candle, we got above it. I'd want to just see us rebalance and then shoot higher. Trade path video should be coming out this week, but I plan to do tonight in the charting session. We're going to do a trade path session. Now the question is do we just want to generate more buy side liquidity? You could put your stop at break even. Mm-hmm. Looking like we might want to rebalance lower, but I would want to see this up close candle hold bullish. Need to start seeing some bullish momentum out of it. And bigger time frame, everything looks still fine. If we're gonna sell, it's gonna be here. We got to break through this. We keep showing bullish momentum through this, we'll be fine. Patience, patience, patience. don't be scared, children. Don't fret. It's here. Jumping off the charts, got my 2%, going back to bed. Let's go. I just want to see us shoot up here. I don't want to see us slow down. I think both setups are good, but this one is a little bit better because we had the SMT. But we had the bullish manipulation. So basically, analysis for this trade is going into the morning. We've seen a lot of generated buy side liquidity. And then we've had the last manipulation leg. We've had displacement back up inside the range. We have a change in the state on the 15-minute. We pulled back to the 15-minute bullish for value gap, meaning what? I would want to see buy side of the curve to go take generated buy side liquidity. Then when market, before open, we sell off, sweep the internal low. This becomes turtle soup because we've already had the change in the state. Then we run back higher, break the 5-minute fair value gap, showing bullish order flow, showing the draw is most likely higher. Come back down, have internal manipulation. NQ takes the low. ES does not. ES does take these internal lows here, though, and then we get bought up towards buy side. Justin, I want to say I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you so much, bro. All right, let's see it. All right. There we go. Last contract's off. I'm just going to go take it there. W's. Banger, banger, banger trade. All live. How we doing, team? Let's go. Ooh, baby, I love your way. Anyway, hey. I want to tell you I love your way. So, going into the day, right? There's a couple things because like there's many different things that I want to run you through, right? Number one is today still it doesn't matter how good this setup is. It's like, okay, yeah, like jokes aside, right? We're all, everybody's like, oh, we listen to music, right? It's great. I love it, right? We always want to have some fun as much as we can. But like now it's time to like lock in and we'll kind of go through this. Number one, day before FOMC. What does that mean? I go into this day with more precaution. Keep in mind, I took this setup. We took this setup. It goes great towards the evals. I didn't take this on my live account, right? So I didn't make cash, right? So we're not going to sit here and be like, oh, we banked. If you guys banked, absolutely, that's great, right? We're working towards evals. But that's number one. Going over the setup. Why did I take longs? So going into the morning, this is 8:15. So this is, if we take Forex Factory, we had this morning 8:30 red folder news. If we have 8:30 red folder news, it possibly is going to act as data highs, data lows to have some sort of manipulation. So when I look at the bigger time frame, I'm also conflicted in a little way. What I'm looking for here is, I know yesterday we've had a big move up, taking the internal high, rebounds back down. Now we're still in this 4-hour fair value gap, and we're also at this last down close candle kind of acting as an order block. When I look internally, I can also predefine that we've now had a shift in order flow to the upside. Lows got taken, stacked low, move back higher, tap the fair value gap, come back, manipulate, and then come down, take internal lows taken. Now we have a 15-minute change, right? Why does the market not go higher right here? Because there's no change. So low gets taken, but Justin, sell side, why not here? Because look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the down close candles. There's nothing here. Then we go back one more time, take the low, last 2 down close candles, boom, displace through. Clean displacement. What does displacement equal? Fair value gap. If the market displaces, we will create an imbalance. So we create a 15-minute fair value gap here, right? 1, 2, 3, 3 candles. There's a fair value gap in between it. So we pull back to this change, meaning what? I want to see this be the rebalance, right? So this is the start of the buy model. So there's buy side resting above. We've displaced to the upside. We've now what? Pulled back to equilibrium of the price range. So we're back in discount. So let's zoom in. Let's get a little bit more here, right? This is where we put on our magnifying glass. What's happening internally? 8:30 data, like I said, acting as what? High probability sell side liquidity and buy side liquidity. So we're marking out data highs and data lows. What happens? Data lows get taken. Then what? Change in the state. This was the first long that I said going into the morning could possibly be a workout going into open. Because this is actually if there was any more precise long in the entire world, it would be this. This is the best long that you could have possibly taken today, and the most precise and tightest stop with the best risk to reward would be this, because this is the overlapped model, right? I want you to understand this entry first, even though we didn't take this. Why is this the overlapped model? Why is this the most precise entry? Because we're back in the change in the state. We're back in equilibrium. We just took the internal low. 830 data lows were taken. Everything showing us that we want to go higher. We've already displaced, so there's no reason for us to go lower after taking internal manipulation. Data lows get taken. Change in the state. Now we're getting ready for market open. Where do we expect the draw to be? Data highs. Market opens. Data highs get taken. I'm not in a trade. And I say, oh my goodness, I'm not in a trade. Then what? This is where we take our first setup. 5 minute fair value gap's been broken. This is enough for me to say, hey, I want to see a continuation. Looks great. We've gotten displacement. Move higher. Pull back to this 1 minute inefficiency. If we get internal manipulation, I'll take it. Boom. Internal manipulation. We get displacement up. 30-second change. I end up taking a long. We sell off and originally get stopped. What's happening here? Market is causing max pain. Market's just causing max pain. What is the market's goal? Is to stop out everybody and then go. So when I see the market sell off, but I say, wait a second, this is still really, really bullish, and I'm trusting myself, right? I'm not looking at this move and being like, oh my gosh, I suck, I'm wrong. You know, I came into the market and I was bullish and I got stopped out. No, what I'm looking at is I'm looking at then at NQ or ES, and I'm saying, well, ES did not sell at all. So let me zoom back out and realign myself, and I say, oh, this looks fucking fantastic still. There's literally no reason for me to think that we probably go lower because ES is still holding the 5 minute inverse fair value gap that we just ran through after the change in the state. NQ sells down to have internal manipulation. We have an SMT, which means now the NQ and ES are having a bullish divergence, and I take the trade on ES because it's the stronger asset. Why is it the stronger asset? Because it's making a higher low. NQ made a lower low, acting as manipulation to sell side. So when these equal lows get taken that we created in the morning, and then we have our 30-second change, right? What causes me to take the entry? We get displacement after the SMT, 30-second change, pull back, respect it, moves back higher. I take the long, and I finish the move, right? I expect what? The 5 minute to act as an inverse fair value gap. Now, everybody starts tweaking when they see this, and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm getting down to break even. I'm getting down to my profit. There's no reason to, because what's happening here is we come back down, and like I said, if we get above this down close candle, there's no reason for us to sell. On the 5 minute, if we break this, an internal buy side gets taken. Somebody asked me, why did I not take a short? Justin, this is buy side taken and a change in the state. Why is this not a short? This is what we see if we're bearish biased here. Buy side gets taken, change in the state. Why am I not shorting? Now, I did call this out, and I said we need to run through this because this is an idea of what we might be able to possibly sell. But there's no reason to zoom out. Everything is bullish. There's buy side resting above. We just ran through this 5 minute fair value gap. Just because a high gets taken does not mean we're going to sell. That's pretty much it. Any questions?